further ado, CEO of the Year, Mr. BK Boreyko.
Thanks, brother. Thank you, Sheel. Hey, guys. Thank you. Wow. Hey, if you guys, I just want to be full disclosure with you. I'm pretty transparent, and you keep that up, I'm going to be back next week. So I'm happy to be here. I got to tell you, been watching what you guys have been doing. First off, those of you that are new, which is pretty much everybody, welcome to Vemma. And I want to tell you, you heard a little bit about the story of Vemma and what we've been able to go through. Sheel and Eddie, I got to tell you, quality leaders, not in Vemma, but in this industry. And when the discussions first got started, I mean, what always it came down to was you guys. It was the team. It was they understand that you are their biggest asset, and their sole desire was to be able to put you in the best environment for an opportunity to succeed. And that's what we're all about here at Vemma, is we want to give people, we guarantee our products. I'm the kind of CEO that gets excited about people trying these products. You heard the story about Apple computers, and my desire is to make Vemma a household brand name. That's my big vision for this company. And I want to be the Apple computers of the wellness space, where when you think about it, when you think about it, Apple didn't invent the computer, they didn't invent the tablet, they didn't even invent the cell phone. They just went into that space, brought their innovation, and built products that people fall in love with. And when you build quality products that people fall in love with, then and only then can you become one of, or if not the most valuable company in the world. And that's what I want to do with wellness, because see, we're here to talk about long-term residual income. Yes. And when you look at that phrase, you have to think to yourself, we got to learn from the past. What has been here long-term? Because that's going to give you a pretty good idea of what's going to continue to be long-term. And you go back 80 years when Nutrilite got started, and they're selling supplements. And then Amway bought Nutrilite, and 80 years ago, they got into the supplement business. And 50+% of the country understand that they need to take supplements. They're kind of working on 80s technology, though, with their pill delivery system. It's funny, a lot of people, could you ever use a cell phone from the 80s? Did they have cell phones in the 80s? I don't even know. But, things evolve. And the thing I love about Vemma is we own our own manufacturing facility. We just put our second canning line in this month, July. And so when you say we've got the premier canning and bottling facility in America, it's because the technology is today. It's 2014. In fact, it might be a 2015 model if they sell them like cars. But it's funny how people will, Nutrilite is the #1 vitamin in the world and in sales. In America, it's Centrum, so we need to educate people a little bit more. Because it's funny how people will look at a bottle of vitamins and they will say, hey, I'm getting everything I need in this product. And that's not what's important. It's not, your body can't read the label. The only thing your body knows is what it absorbs. Right. And so a liquid delivery system is so much more powerful to be able to get your body's 63 trillion cells the nutrition it needs to be able to perform. And I know people go, well, I can eat right and get all my nutrition. God bless them. It's funny because, even if you're eating organic foods, if the nutrients aren't in the soil, all organic means is you're not using pesticides, But if the nutrients aren't in the soil, it's not going to be in the fruits and vegetables. And so just the way people eat, the way food's processed, it just makes sense to supplement. And what we do here at Vemma is we just make supplementing sexy. I mean, we just put it in. You know? And so it's something I'm passionate about. And the reason I'm passionate about supplementation is there's so much science behind the fact that you can help people, you can help families avoid, you know, a lot of the health challenges that people encounter. And you know, when you lose a mother to cancer and a couple years later you lose a father to a heart attack, whenever, I don't know if you guys have ever been in the position that you hear the words either yourself or about one of your loved ones that you've got cancer or you've got heart disease. And what it does is you know, there's so many things that distract people. There's so many things that pull you in different directions. What it does is it completely focuses you on what needs to be a priority in your life. And that's wellness. That's getting because there's a lot of ways to make money. And if you do that and lose your health, you will give up all your money to get your health back. And I know young people think they're going to live forever. I mean, it's cute, but you're not. You know, my girlfriend Kayla, her cousin at 23 had a brain tumor. You know, she had another cousin that got cancer and lost an arm. And so no matter how, and the point I'm making is, please don't say I'm curing cancer, but the point I'm making is, no matter what age you are, you need to look after your health. Your health needs to be a priority. For some kids, the healthiest thing they do is drink a Verve, you know, every day. And that's great. I mean, my goal behind this company was to always have one formula. You learn the Vemma acronym, you know, vitamins, essential minerals, mangosteen, aloe. You basically know our story. And that single formula philosophy. And then what we do is we just come up with different ways to get this clinically studied. I've invested almost $1 million into clinical studies, and companies in the nutrition space very rarely do clinical studies. Number one, it's not required, and so why do you want to just spend that money? But I'm a guy that puts mission before margins. You hear me say, you know, people before profits. I want you to be confident. I want you to be assured of what this formula is going to do for people. And the only way you can find out what it's going to do for people, besides the stories, but those are you know, anecdotal, and the only way you can do is you have to do double-blind, placebo-controlled, gold standard clinical studies with blood draws. And because, see, the numbers don't lie. When you're pulling blood out of somebody and you're analyzing it, there's no way to, you know, say, oh, well, maybe it was a little bit different this way or this way. No, the numbers are the numbers. And so that's why I always tell people, hey, you know, people will say, hey, I've got this challenge or I got that challenge. Will this product help me? And I always say, I don't know. If it doesn't, we give you your money back. And so rely on our science. Don't rely on health claims, because if you want long-term residual income, you can't be a long-term player in this space and think you're going to be making health claims. I love the fact that Eddie and Sheel put our income disclosures on the chairs here, because we don't need to make income claims either. We don't need to paint a picture. You know what's funny? How people will go to school for 4 years. Wait a minute. People will pay to go to school for 4 years. And then they have the opportunity to earn. And what I'm saying to you is, we need to develop a philosophy of under-promising and over-delivering. Nothing makes a person feel better, have a better experience than when they are under-promised and they receive more value than they were expecting. Now, the opposite of that is if you overpromise and you underdeliver, what happens with that relationship? And we're in a business of relationships. We're in a business of having conversations with people. And if you don't back up what you promise, what's going to happen to that relationship? And relationships, you know, just like Sheel and Eddie said, you guys are their biggest asset. This team is the ones that they put everything into. They're the ones that they're staying up at night thinking about, how can we get you guys more successful? And that philosophy is my philosophy, because if we can shorten your learning curve, if we can give you even a better opportunity for success, if we can over-deliver on your ability to either develop a part-time income with Vemma, which is really our model. Our model is, let's have people develop a part-time income because, when I was selling advertising and I first got into network marketing, and we were selling a black liquid health tonic. Well, actually, it was the second time. My parents got involved in Amway when I was 7 years old, and when I graduated high school, my dad said, Amway is the way, the truth, and the light, and you don't need to go to college. I don't think he could afford college. That's why he was telling me that little sales pitch. But I was buying into it because I am not the smartest guy. I barely got through high school. I had to take 6 classes my senior year and summer school my junior year. I had a little rough time when I first got my freshman and sophomore year. But I finished. And so, hey, if you're a young person in school, one of the best pieces of advice I could give you is stay in school and finish what you start. Because if you develop the habit of not finishing, you're not going to be successful in anything in life. All right? So I got into Amway. I tried it for 3 years. I was living at home making $800 a month. I said, Dad, I got to get a real job. And I got into advertising, and that's where actually Advo is a direct mail. They're based out of Connecticut. They had offices in Phoenix, and that's what I did. I sold junk mail advertising, and I did that for 7 years. And what I loved about that was that I got to talk to business owners. I got to talk to entrepreneurs. And every time I would talk to a business owner about an advertising marketing strategy, I'd ask them what they felt their best form of advertising was. Hands down, every one of them said word-of-mouth advertising, the buzz. I want people talking about my business. I want them talking about my restaurant. I want them talking about my nightclub. That's what I want. My dry cleaner, my Subway sandwich shop. That's what I want. And here, what every business owner agrees is the number one form of advertising is by far the least compensated form of advertising. If you walk into Starbucks with 3 of your friends and you ask for a free cup of coffee, they will look at you funny. You bring 3 customers to us, we're going to give you a case of product. And that is what I always said. The newest affiliate, I say, hey, man, let's do baby steps. That's the first thing you want to do is get your product for free. The more product you have coming in, the more product you can have going out. And like I started this talk off, I'm the CEO that gets excited about you trying this product because I know it's like planting seeds. And when you put a can of Verve or you put a bottle of Vemma into somebody's hands or you have them try one of those body products and you have anybody watch Extreme Weight Loss? Yeah. Millions of people every week. It's in like 120 countries around the world, translated in all these. But in America, millions of people every week watch Chris and Heidi Powell just change people's lives. I mean, it is, I'm why Kayla's over there. And I'm just crying about how these people's lives are changed. And that's the business that we're in. Obviously we're not as dramatic as what Chris and Heidi Powell do, but what we do is we work with people to help transform their lives physically, from a health standpoint, and financially if they choose to. Now you got to remember, last year, 70% of the people that take our products are just people, they don't care about the business, and that's fine. Timing, it plays a huge role in a person's success. Don't ever blow somebody off because the timing isn't right for them. You don't know what's going on in their life. You don't know what they're going through right now, and you don't know what they may be going through in the future, where all of a sudden they'll become more receptive to an opportunity like this. And so, 70% last year of people just are customers, and we love our customers. This year, it's trending closer to 80% in 2014. And so, our best affiliates come from people that fall in love with this product. And they're like, I got to tell people about it. And I pay you for doing something that you would typically do. I mean, I'm back there, and Ian has got this coconut water. And Eddie comes up, this is the best coconut water in the planet, and it's like no heat, and it's got this 100%. And I'm like, dude, did you get paid for this? He doesn't. You buy it at Whole Foods. I'm like, save that for our products, man, that passion. Save it. So, but when you believe in a product, you talk to people about it. And so I pay people just like you about $2 million every week for talking about these products. And so what I decided as a business owner is instead of Madison Avenue and putting that money into traditional advertising, I want to put it into the hands of the people that fall in love with this product and tell their friends about it. And so I want to reward word-of-mouth advertising. And for that, some people call me a scam. You know, some people say that we're not legit. And you know, what we did last year, you know, we did something in the networking space that only 17 other companies on the planet pulled off. And that's we grew by over $100 million. Grew by over $100 million. Now, when you do something like that, you tend to get a little bit of attention. And you know, the media goes, hey, there's a story here, and are we targeting young people? And I, you know, whenever I get those kind of inquiries, thank you very much, dear. Whenever I get those kind of inquiries, you know what? I say, we target anybody that wants to be an entrepreneur, anybody that wants to have better health or wants to have the opportunity to own their own business. I mean, small business in America is the backbone of this economy. And we target people that want to enjoy better health, and we target people that want to have an opportunity to earn extra part-time income or full-time income. Maybe it develops into a career income. Maybe small percentage, maybe it develops into a life-changing income. But guess who decides that? It's not me. I know my name's at the bottom of the checks, but I don't decide how much you guys get paid. Can you imagine working in a job where you can decide how much you're worth? You can decide. I don't care if you want to make $500 a month or $5,000 a month. I don't care what you want to make. You get to decide that. And that is the opportunity here. So when I get these questions, and you know, you're going to hear from us more corporately to just say, hey guys, you just under-promise and let's over-deliver. Let's just develop that as a worldwide, company-wide philosophy. Let's just, you know, people are impressed with our products. They go to that website and they read about our science. They, you know, see videos, or they come down and they give, if they want to come down and get a tour of our manufacturing plant. 250,000 square foot state-of-the-art manufacturing plant. I mean, it is a sight to behold. And it's my commitment to your future, because see, if I was a scam, I wouldn't take $1 million and spend it on clinical science. I wouldn't take tens of millions of dollars and create my own manufacturing plant. Why would somebody that's a scam do that? Why wouldn't I just put that money? Because when you scam people, you basically want to extract money out of their pocket and put it into your pocket so you can go and live the life that you want to live. But what I'm here to say is I'm not going anywhere. You know, my exit strategy for this company that I'm running is I've got kids, and I hope they stop wanting to just drive forklifts and want to run a company. Want to, you know, Dad, can I just drive the forklift? I'm like, don't you want to sit in my seat? You know, come on. Just sit in the chair. It spins. That's my exit strategy. So, I'm telling you. So this year, 2040, this is the year where we need to catch our breath. We need to recommit. We just released our affiliate 8-step action plan on video. We're going to put it on the app. We've got the booklet coming out here real shortly. Everything we do, we want to be able to shorten your learning curve. We want to give you even a better chance at success. And so this is the year where we catch our breath and we make sure that we're doing the best we can do. You know, I liked what Sheel said. You want to elevate that bar. You want to raise it up. You do not want to just look back and say, you know what, we're pretty good. 221 million, I think anybody'd be happy running a company with 221 million. That's not me. I'm not about the numbers. The numbers are just a barometer of how many people we're helping. Yep. And when you get tired of helping people, you are in the wrong business. If you think I've helped enough, I'm done. You are in the wrong room right now, because I'm a 24/7 kind of CEO. I'm a guy that, I'm always thinking about you guys. I mean, we are partners because we spend a fortune in branding, and I hope you appreciate that. One of the big things that we want is for you guys to have that wow factor. When you hand one of these products to somebody, when somebody's looking at a brochure, we want them to be impressed when they're watching a video. And you are our brand ambassadors. And so what you do and what you say matters. And that's why I want you under-promising and I want you over-delivering. And when you realize that people will invest 4 years of their life, they'll invest their money, they'll invest their time to learn how to develop an income. Let's not bring people in with the notion that, hey, in 6 months you're going to be rich. In a year you're going to be, flying around in helicopters and, It's just not realistic. And I think even though it sounds exciting, it's not realistic. And then when that doesn't happen, what do they look? They look at you like, well, dude, you lied to me. Yep. But what I'm here to tell you is think long term. Think of the fact that 2 to 4 years invested into this business, you have a great chance of setting yourself up financially for potentially the rest of your life. School doesn't really tell you that. I mean, and I'm not going to bag on schools because I got criticized. And I even told the media, I said, I'm not making these facts up. I'm just sharing these facts. I didn't print that 17% of 2014 graduates had a job offer. That's not me. I just took the Forbes article and I shared it. And they go, well, you're disrespecting school. And here's the media right here on my phone. Just hit decline. So, you are not, I am committing to you this day going forward, you're not going to hear me say anything negative about school. The fact that 52% of college graduates are unemployed, 47% of those college graduates that have a job are in jobs that don't require a college degree. You are not going to hear that from me anymore. Because I had no idea how the media will come after you if you disrespect higher education. Because here's what I love about Vemma. Here's what I love about life. You do not get penalized for being smart. I mean, there's basically, if you get a degree, we don't look at you any differently than those, well, I guess the world looks at you differently. But me, I don't, man. I barely got through high school. So if you're with me on that one, what I'm here to say is that dreaming and imagination is more powerful than knowledge. You can take your dreams, and when I was getting into a new city like Connecticut, and you guys have just an absolutely beautiful city here in Connecticut. We were driving through and looking at the trees and the house. It's just absolutely stunning. But have you ever used like Google Maps? Have you ever used a GPS? Do you realize how handy that is? That it gets you where you want to go. And every one of you has a GPS inside of you, and it's your dreams and it's your desires. It's your why is your GPS. And that's going to take you where you want to go. But this is what you need to understand, is that there are people on this planet that don't want to see you achieve your dreams. They don't want to see you, go after your whys. I don't understand. They call it a crab pot mentality. We had seafood last night, took some of the leaders out, and the old crab pot philosophy is you get one, you go crabbing, you get one crab, you put a lid on it because the crab will crawl out of the pot. But you get 2 or more crabs in a pot, and you can leave the lid off. Because when one guy is trying to break away, when one lady is trying to, make a better life for herself, the other crabs will do what? Oh, my goodness. And it's true. And I'm here to tell you, event, you feel great. You know, you're like, I can conquer the world. But when you go out into that world, you are going to get some objection. You are going to get some criticism. You know, you're going to get people calling you a pyramid scheme. I mean, for 19 years of my career, they've called me a pyramid scheme. And I'm like, seriously, do you have any idea what the definition of a pyramid scheme is? Because I'm pretty sure I am the exact opposite of a pyramid scheme. But you get that. I mean, people will at me on Twitter and just say terrible things about me. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, what am I trying to do? I'm just trying, hey, I'm giving you an opportunity. I don't guarantee that you're going to be successful. I guarantee my products. Do you realize that we have a 30-day money-back guarantee on our products, but if you have resellable product, we guarantee it for a year. 100% money-back guarantee for a year. And so if you have a case of product sitting around and 6 months or a year from now you say, you know, this business isn't for me, we will give you your money back. I don't know how much more protected you can be. I don't think, if you go get this is the last time I'll talk about college. You go get a college, you go get a college degree, and then a year from now you say, you know, I'm not going to really use that college degree. Can I get that money back? How will they look at you? Yeah, I thought so. So, what I say all that to say this is we're here to help people if they want help. You know, people are struggling with health challenges. I don't know if our formula is going to help them. Has it helped other people? Heck yeah. I mean, I get emails. I used to get, in the old days, I used to get regular letters. I mean, how this product has helped people. And, you know, there's a lot of ways to make money in this world, but when you can positively impact the health of a mother or a brother or a father or a grandparent or a child, you can't put a price on that. And that's what we do. We've got, seriously, the most powerful liquid antioxidant on the planet, and we have different ways to get it into people's bodies. And people, when your body's getting nourished, when it's getting the nutrition it needs, your body can do some amazing things. And so, you know, we guarantee our product. We don't guarantee success. But this is one thing I will assure you, is that you got a great shot at it. I mean, if you're willing to embrace the grind, if you're willing to give up a Saturday to come and learn how to be better at this, how to tell the story better, I mean, that is all going to shorten your learning curve. If you study those 8 steps on video and you hear from these 16 different leaders about how they, you know, people go through life thinking experience is the best teacher, when in actuality it's other people's experience. Right. Other people's experience is the best teacher. And here's 16 of our top leaders just sharing from their heart. You're not in their group, and they're just sharing from their heart how to help you get to where you want to go. And that's what this company is all about. And so make sure that you're studying that. Make sure that your people are studying that. And I just got a few other thoughts that I want to share with you here. You know, one of the other things that, I don't know why I'm bagging on the media. This is going to probably bring a lot of media stories that I'm just bagging on the media. But one of the things that they kind of accuse us is hey, we're a company for young people. And I got my first job when I was 14 years old. I was bagging groceries at the local grocery store. And I was the kind of kid, you know, my dad would pay me to read motivational books. My first book I ever read as a kid was The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz. And I'd give him a book report. And I thought $10, this is back when $10 was a lot of money. I thought, this is such easy money. I can't even believe how easy this is. But that's the way I was raised. That was the environment that I was brought up in. And I would go home and I would take the groceries out of the cupboard and practice getting better at bagging groceries. And so young people, you know, there was, let me tell you a story about why I like helping young people. You know, one of the things I want you to realize is that 2 of our 3 brands, we've got the Vemma brand, we've got the Body brand, we've got the Verve brand. 2 of our 3 brands are geared solely for the baby boomers. You know, that's 76 million people, the most desired market in the history of the world, the baby boomers. If you can just get the baby boomers there, you know, that's what you need to appeal to. That's what everybody goes after. And then, you know, and so we've got the antioxidant Vemma, you know, and anti-aging and weight loss, that kind of stuff. All those are geared towards them. Anybody can use them, but they're really, from a company standpoint, we targeted the baby boomers. I don't know if I should use the word targeted, but that's what we did. Just being honest. It's like hashtag truth. And I don't let me forget about the story of the young person, okay? And then we got Verve. And Verve, I came up with the idea in a shower, and I had read. When you have kids, man, that's just like, that's your solitude. You shut the door, and you're like, leave me alone, all right? I gotta think. And so I had read an article on the energy drink market, and at the time in America it was like $5 billion. It's $12 billion. In 2 years it's supposed to go to 21 or 23 billion. It's a lot of billions. And I read this, and we didn't have an energy drink at the time, we just had Vemma. And I thought to myself, this is like the poisoning of America's youth. It's just caffeinated soda pop, and these kids are sucking it down. And I thought, what if we gave them a healthy option? Because I know young people, there's, you know, for the baby boomers, coffee is our energy drink. We've been doing the coffee thing a long time. Energy drinks are the millennials, all right? And let me tell you about the millennials, okay? 76 million baby boomers, right? The millennials, 80 million millennials. The baby boomers, dying on, I mean, decreasing. We will have a moment of silence for the baby boomers to die. I'm sorry. They should have taken better care of themselves. They should have supplemented. Wouldn't be dying so fast. 2 to 3% decrease in baby boomers. The millennials, 80 million millennials, growing at a rate of 3 to 5%. Okay? So those with business minds, think about the future is the millennial market. In 2 years, going to outspend the baby boomers for the first time in history. The millennials will become the biggest market segment in the history of this planet, and you can't stop that. It is like this wave coming. And so here, as a company owner, do I target them? Heck yes, I target them. Do I target the baby boomers? Absolutely. I am an equal opportunity targeter, you know? It's just what it's about. They use target as a bad word. It's like target. Okay, hey, you know, it's like dating. You know, you see somebody you like, you target them, you know? It's not rocket science we're doing here. Somehow it's bad in media's eyes, though. They're training. They're trying to coach me to, you know, be more media friendly. I'm like, I'm just honest, man. It's like whatever you guys want to print. You know, I give an interview and they use like 2 sentences. I'm like, I talked to you for an hour and you use 2 sentences. So, anyways, hey, but you know what? The dogs bark, but the caravan moves on. I mean, some, you know, it's just, that's what my dad taught me. I've been, So we are this is what I love about Vemma, is that there are so many things in this world that pull families apart. To have an opportunity where parents can work with their children, where children can introduce their parents to the business, where they feel comfortable with the line of products we have for baby boomers and they feel comfortable with the line of products we have for millennials. Vemma is an opportunity that really can allow families to do something together, to goal set together, to come to events together, to work together on a part-time basis. And I don't know why I scratch my head. I don't know why that's a bad thing. I honestly don't. It's just like, hey, you know what? We're just trying to help people. And here's the funniest thing at all is we're a volunteer army. I mean, you're here because you want to be here. I did not call you and say, show up to this mandatory meeting here. Sheel and Eddie may have said that to you. But I did not. This is a volunteer army. So if people want to work together, if families want to work together, why is that a bad thing? I don't get it, but, you know, that's the world we live in. So anyways, and so I have a heart for young people. I mean, I just think that you guys you invented social media, okay? You can figure stuff out better than first time I met Sheel, some of Sheel's people, I was at home office, and I cuss every once in a while. And they're like, he's a nice guy, but he cusses a little too much. And I go, oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't do that. But I get comfortable, you know, and it's just like, they're not bad cuss words. They're just like shit and stuff, you know. It's like, it's not like a horror. I'm not like dropping F-bombs or nothing of that kind of stuff. Because I do have some boundaries. Not a lot of boundaries, but I have some boundaries. But anyways, hey, let me finish up here because I think my time is about wrapping up. No, never? Man, I covered everything in my notes. Can you believe this? I'm just Okay, here's some advice for young people. Is you got to study success. I mean, you need to understand that, you know, it's funny when a doctor gets through school, when an attorney gets through school, they enter into something called what? A practice. And what are they doing? They're practicing. The more time a doctor puts in, the more time an attorney puts in, they become better at what they do. And what you need to understand is you need to take some personal accountability that your success in this business isn't going to be because you got a great upline. I mean, Sheel and Eddie are great, but they can't be everywhere. Your success is not going to be dependent on your team. Your success is going to be dependent upon you, because you want to know something. This is something amazing. Almost $2 billion in sales volume that I've done in my career, and people still quit me. I mean, I cannot believe that people wouldn't want to spend the rest of their life with me. I mean, maybe I need therapy to get a little kind of a little bit more of a reality grip on my outlook on life. But it shocks me that somebody would quit and want to go do something else and not do Vemma. You've got to learn to take your disappointments and turn it into determination. You know, when somebody says no or somebody quits, if you let that affect your attitude, then what you're doing is you're taking your future out of your hands and you're putting it into the hands of the person that just said no or that just quit. And you got to ask yourself, do they deserve to have that kind of power over you? And they don't, because it's happened to me my whole career. It still happens to me. People quit. They go join other deals. I'm like, okay, whatever. But you know what I say? I go, you know, when I met Sheel and Eddie and they made the decision to come to Vemma, I said, I'm going to work hard to make this the best financial decision that you've ever made. Now, when somebody quits me, this is how I modify that statement. I'm going to work hard to make this the worst financial decision you've ever made. Swear. I get so frickin' fired up when somebody quits. I am like, I don't know what makes you tick, but somebody tells me no or somebody says I quit. That to me, it fires me up. And maybe that's why I'm successful, is because I have learned to take those emotions that people would think are negative and that can pull you down, and I've learned to use it as fuel to get me to the next level. And I've had people quit, you know. I've had family members quit. I've had close friends quit. You know, when I was forming this company called Vemma, I asked 13 of my top leaders in New Vision, this is the plan. What do you think? We need to reinvent ourselves. We need to change. This is my plan. 12 of the 13 said, don't do it. The 13th, Tom Alcazan, said, so what are you going to do? Because I really don't know, but I'm with you. And was that his best financial decision he's ever made? So, I'm here to tell you life happens. And it's not all, you know, happy high notes. There are some lows, there are some disappointments, but that in Vemma is like life. I mean, sometimes you're great, sometimes your key is just my dad used to tell me, son, be like a duck. You know, on the surface, you're calm and you're cool, but under the water, you paddle like hell. I mean, you just gotta go. You just gotta go. And I am just so proud of the job that you guys have done in such a short period of time. I mean, kicking out some great numbers, but think about this. My job at home office is to make you look good. I've got a payroll. I got a payroll. Get a load of this. My monthly payroll at home office, just for my home office staff, not for the manufacturing, $1.6 million a month that I put into the hands of people that their number one job is to make you look good. Their number one job is to help you get successful to whatever your level of dreams is. For some people, if their idea of success is just to enjoy free product, hey, that's great. If they want to make $500 a month, that's great. You support them because, you know, my goal when I first started in this industry was to make $2,000 a month. If you would have talked to me about $10,000 or $50,000 or $100,000 or $200,000 or $500,000, you would have completely blown me out of the water. I couldn't even get my head around that. We got to underpromise. $500 a month, $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, that's something that people could get their arms around and say, hey, a year from now, if I could make $2,000 a month, this would be a successful venture because it's just part-time. You're just taking your downtime and you're running your business from your cell phone. Seriously. You're just connecting and talking to people. You're building relationships. I mean, under-promise and over-deliver. But you know what happened when I hit $2,000 a month? It actually happened a little bit before that, but I thought I could do 4. And then when I hit 4, you know what I thought? Hey, I could do 8. I couldn't think about 8 when I was getting in. And that 6 months it took me to get there, I couldn't think about that. But then when I got 8, I got to 15, got to 30. And I eventually, as a distributor, I was making $40,000 a month. And I was loving life. And then 1994 happened. My mother got a brain tumor in February. She went to heaven in May. And I was so thankful that I was in network marketing because I could spend every day with her. Didn't have to worry about a job, didn't have to worry about anything. You know, and it's like this, my dad used to say, you got to dig the well before you need the water. It is tough to dig when you're dying of thirst. And so we just tell people, hey, part-time, just develop a secondary income stream part-time. You never know when you're going to need it. And so I don't know what your story is, but everything that you're going through, you're going through for a reason. And it's there to help you relate with people. It's there to help you identify with people. It's there to be able to inspire people. And so when somebody comes up to you and says, I'm going through this and this and this, just tell them, hey, you know what? This is what it feels like to be on the verge of greatness. And you guys, that's where you are right now. So thank you very much, and I got to come back here fast. All right, keep up the great work.